Hello, so the first part that I'm going to be talking about is how video games have a plethora of choices and just how you can make it to be however you want to play the game. So the first example that I have for this one is Minecraft, and it's basically if you're in create mode, you make up all the choices that you want to do. You're just walking around building things, picking what materials that you want, and in this clip right here, it's just showing all the different things you can pick from. There's like different materials, there's different potions you can use, different plants you can plant. You really just have this whole gallery of things that you can choose to do or use in this game. And I think it just really speaks to how many choices you have and how you are making this game your game. You can choose to do whatever you want, build whatever you want, basically do whatever. And it's like the ultimate choice of the games. The next part I have is the butterfly effect, which basically is just saying how one small thing that you do at the beginning of the game can drastically change how the rest of the game goes, and that one choice at the beginning can make a whole different difference at the end. So my first example is this is a game called Red Dead Redemption. And I think it's a perfect example for this is because it kind of follows a storyline. And so when it gives options of what to do, picking either of those options is going to change how the rest of your game goes. And so making a decision early in the game can drastically change how your character ends up living or doing whatever at the end of the game. And so here, the character is going to try to walk up, and I think he's going to play horseshoes with somebody, and it's basically, I don't know, it's making those choices. And this one, too, is, like, also to go with, like, the amount of choices you have. You can decide, even though this one has more of a set storyline than a Minecraft would, this one you're still choosing where you ride around to, what challenges you do, and, like, if he doesn't play this game, he might not make so much money, or like if he does play this game and he gets extra money, he can choose to do other things with that money. It's just like building up for the end because he's making decisions now. And see, like right there, it said, do you want to quit horseshoes? If he quits, it's basically more things with more of a storyline get to display the butterfly effect better because you're making choices that are affecting you throughout the whole game, and one small decision at the beginning could lead to a whole different outcome in the end. And here's another one. He's walking into a bar, and I think he's trying to play poker. And just like that, I've seen my sister play this game before, and if they play poker, they can like get in fights with people, and then those people hate you for the rest of the game, and like they're out for you, or you can like make friends, and then you have allies. So basically, this is a good representation of a butterfly effect.
Overwhelming. But would you say that the more choices we have, the better the whole gaming experience? This is a question too complicated to simplify it into a linear relationship. In role-playing games, the games often starts with you making your own character. Players get to name their own character, choose their own hair color, eyebrows, eyes, lips, and even their character's body shape. These choices that the players pick helps to establish a sense of connection between the player and the character. However, that can get a little overwhelming and distracting from the main gameplay. Sometimes, while these choices do hold some weightage towards the gameplay, oftentimes they might be redundant because major choice decisions in the later part of the gameplay can set the tone as well. There are also arguments about how providing too much choices for players might overwhelm them, especially in open world games. For example, Skyrim provides almost 350 different quests you can play through, some with multiple ways to complete them. You get to choose your own style of playing the game, and you can do any quest you like without following the main storyline. However, some might feel that this super open-end approach to video games might overwhelm their players because some players might need a direction or a point to start with. Holly argues that a storyline such as this that warns of impending doom should be able to result in failure. But this kind of approach gives each player their unique gaming experience. This kind of video games allows the players to fully immerse themselves into the world and feel like themselves get to choose what they want to do. The argument here is that if you are out just adventuring and the dragons attacking everywhere happen, your choice of not dealing with the main quest will feel more impactful. Games with little choices. What about games with little choices? It depends. Let's talk about the game with a simple choice of life and death. Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird is a game about flying a bird through 2 pipes by tapping on the screen. And there's only 2 outcomes. Either you face the next pair of pipes or you die. Despite providing no choices to its players and having no logic to it, look, what are the chances that you will see a bird flapping its wings to navigate through endless pairs of pipes? It got popular in 2013, and soon enough the game was taken down because it has caused great addiction among people. Flappy Bird is an arcade-style game and hence allowing no space to provide choices for players. While choices makes a great component to the game, it is important to note the context, the structure of the game, in order to assess if the choices add value to the gameplay or not. For example, let's talk about another game that also provides very little choices to players. Uncharted. In the game, you follow the protagonist Nathan Drake as he uncovers the secrets of ancient ruins and artifacts. And while your character can stray a little from the main path, the entire journey is set in stone. This game takes a movie-like approach. If the player had more choice in the amount of events that happen, they could feel far more important in the role as the plot progresses versus just being along for the ride. Here, a choice settings might provide a more immersive game experience for the player, but sometimes limited choices might be the intentional design for the game. For example, take a look at Spec Ops Ridgeline. It is a game which you control a soldier sent on a reconnaissance mission in Dubai. Throughout the game, the choices are limited. For the killing acts of the main character, the player has to choose between taking the blame for the murders or pinning it all on the villain that turned out to be dead all along. There's only so much that the player can do. However, it is thought-provoking and it makes the player question his actions throughout the game, which is the main intention of this game.